Alright, hello everybody. Today we're going to be working on pre-writing strategies. What is pre-writing? It's those times when I say, hey, everybody pull out a pencil and just write for 5 minutes. Give me any ideas that you have, write it all down. So this, we're going to do a little more focused. This is going to be acting as if you guys are pre-writing for a paper that you're going to write. It's practicing putting your ideas down onto paper and just seeing where to go from there. Seeing what you have, seeing what you need, organizing all of your thoughts. So the first thing we're going to talk about is graphic organizers. Obviously you can use outlines, you can write it down, you can just free note it. I really like to use graphic organizers to help organize. So the first one we're going to look at is this bubble graphic organizer. I happened to make mine about graphic organizers because, hey, that made sense for this lesson. So the first thing graphic organizers do is that they help you. They are not meant to be difficult, they're not meant to be challenging, they're just meant to help you. So you can make it in any format. This structure can change, especially for these bubble graphic organizers. You can do it downwards. You can have multiple bubbles. This bubble in the middle can be about a character, a theme, a motivation, an idea, anything you want. I did mine about graphic organizers, and I just have little things about graphic organizers, ideas that I have in my head about them. So it's there to help you, not be a hindrance. It's not supposed to be harder for you. It also helps you focus. You get one idea or two ideas, and you have to zoom in on that idea. You can't sporadically think anymore. It really helps you, especially when you're preparing to write an essay, put those thoughts onto paper in an organized manner. It's also individualized. Like I said, you can change the format, you can change the bubbles, you can change how you make it, you can change what you put in it. So it's all very much up to you. Organize. Obviously, my lesson today, I did something to organize it. I put this on here, I'm reading from here to here, I have my ideas, I have my thoughts down, so I'm organizing my graphic organizer. It's there to help you organize your thoughts and organize your paper. It really is meant to get your thoughts down. As I said from the beginning, we're working on pre-writing. What do you do before you sit down to write the essay? You think, you write, you get your ideas down. So this is my particular favorite graphic organizer, but obviously there are others. This one up here is your typical first and second grade graphic organizer. It's called the Foursquare method. You guys have probably used it, usually with pictures in the lower grades. It can be used with words in the higher grades. So we have the beginning, the middle idea, conclusion. This is better if you're trying to write a story or a narrative than an essay, whereas this one will help you write an essay because you can pick a theme. This one is really good for deciding what parts of stories you want to include and where to include them. It's also good for analyzing stories, so don't forget about this one even though it's not great for the thing we're doing today. It's super important and will be really helpful when we start writing our own stories and starting to analyze other stories for their big moments. So another step beyond that in storylines, or in talking about stories, is the storyline method. So in the storyline, there's 5 main components. You have the beginning of the story. Obviously, every story you've seen, there's introduction. You find out who the characters are, what they're doing. That's kind of what the beginning is. Then the rising action. Something happens that's going to start triggering this big climax, which is the next one. So rising action, something exciting starts to happen, and then the climax happens. Then you have the falling action. What happens after the climax? What do characters do? What do the narrators say? What does the author think? What is the point? And then you have the conclusion. What did we learn from all of this? What ended up happening? What was the big deal? So, in order to use these, you have to be able to know the difference between them and what they're good for. So like I said, these graphic organizers are definitely more helpful for writing essays, putting your thoughts on paper, getting your ideas down. These types are better for stories. Not to say that they're not helpful. You could easily do this as a 5-paragraph essay. What do I have in my introduction? What do I have in paragraph 1? What about paragraph 2, or paragraph 1, paragraph 2? What about paragraph 3, the big middle sections? What about 4 and 5? So there's different ways you can adapt graphic organizers, which is why I really like them as a pre-writing activity for us. So now I'm going to show you a couple of graphic organizers that I made about 2 stories that I know you've heard of, just so you guys can kind of get an idea of how you can use these to help you.